Hi there. We're going to be looking at some interesting comic books here today, like this one, which is Future Imperfect, featuring the Hulk, printed in the 90s. So, you know, it's probably about 20 years old, or maybe a little less, maybe 15, 20 years old. Marvel has been announcing all sorts of teasers that they might be making into movies or something else, maybe TV series, who knows. But every time they make an announcement in some of these books, and here's World War Hulk, another cool one, more cool books. These books go up in value, you know, on the resale market. That's, you know, like on eBay and other places. Dealers dealing them out. The price rises rapidly. Marvel's really making these books go up in value. There's lots of interesting stuff. The Hulk's going to be real pivotal in a lot of stuff that's coming up. Here's Ant-Man with the Hulk by Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff that Marvel has published in recent times. New material that I didn't think was probably ever going to be worth too much, but seems to really be escalating. One of the things of real interest that they announced was Infinity War 1 and 2 movies that they've set in stone they're going to be doing. Here's the Infinity War comic book. Now, this came after the Infinity Gauntlet. There's a series, Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, and Infinity Crusade. Those three, in that order, were produced. This was produced second, but yet they're calling the movie Infinity War. They all have to do with Adam Warlock and Thanos, and most of all, the Infinity Gems, which are really cool. They're multicolored gems that can do almost anything. You put them all together, you've got the Infinity Gauntlet, and the Infinity Gauntlet basically makes you God, and you can do anything. It's quite interesting. And there's just so much potential for these comic books. I mean, another movie, Doctor Strange, and now here's an interesting book. Doctor Strange, title number 36, with an Adam Warlock crossover, which is also an Infinity Gauntlet epilogue, which is sort of the closure of Infinity Gauntlet book before they start publishing the Infinity War, which goes into another new interesting story. These are all books that I have here are real high grade. They're 9.8s. They, for the most part, they're unread, uncirculated copies. Here's another fun one. This is another Doctor Strange. It's an Infinity Gauntlet crossover, so that would be a little earlier in the series while it's happening. Here's a funky book, Silver Surfer. It's the return of Adam Warlock. This was in the 90s. Adam Warlock was originally created in the 60s. Fantastic Four 66 is his first appearance. He also appears in 67, and the 67 has a really cool cover. He's in his cocoon on the cover, and it's pretty interesting. So this is his reappearance in the 90s, because he has a habit of going in his cocoon, and if he gets killed or injured or whatever, and hibernating and getting more powerful and coming out and being, you know, as he is. Another movie, Captain Marvel. Now, this is a what-if book. What-if books are great for investment. I mean, these are really undervalued right now. There's some really cool stories in what-if. There's what-if first series, which was started in the 70s, and what-if the second series, which is this is part of. And they have some really cool storylines. I can only imagine that high-grade books that are selling for a pretty low price right now. A book like this, you know, in high grade, you could probably get it for $5, $6, you know. It's not very expensive, and it has a lot of potential for going up. Fantastic Four in general is just a book. Even though Marvel is going to be canceling the book because another company owns the rights to the Fantastic Four, and they're kind of trying to punish them, I think, and get it back. Here's Fantastic Four 306. Now, if you were to open this book up inside the first page, you will see that, boom, it's a big Inhumans splash. Inhumans, another movie. I mean, it's just incredible what the potential of some of these, you know, fairly newer books that you probably wouldn't expect to have a lot of value. All sorts of key issues are constantly being created. Here's part of when the Secret Invasion, when the Skrulls invade. I can only imagine that that's something else they're probably going to be working with. This is an excellent book. This is a second printing variant. A lot of times they'll have a lot of different covers for one book if it's going to be popular. Sometimes just if it isn't, if they just do it for some reason or whatever. And different artists will do the covers and whatever, and it might be a second printing, or it might just be a variant on that cover. This is a second printing. This is a really good book. You can see Black Bolt back there, the Inhumans, which is pretty cool. I mean, this stuff is so interesting. Marvel has so much stuff, so many storylines. They can just dominate and do anything they want. Even other companies own part of their characters. I think the investment potential of these books is really wild. I think you should get in on it while you can, and that's what I think.